Hey! Hi, how you doing? This is Ryan, and welcome back to the Gamertron Show. Bots are making a comeback, baby! Woo! Now, besides the shocking plethora of PvE games coming out this year, Back 4 Blood, Aliens Fireteam, Warhammer 40k, Darktide, all of which have bot support, it was recently announced and revealed at this E3 2021 that the big-budget, blockbuster, AAA multiplayer first-person shooter juggernauts Battlefield and Halo. It was confirmed that the next upcoming entries in these respective series, Battlefield 2042 and Halo Infinite, they will both have full-fledged multiplayer bot support. This really is cause for celebration. I don't think some of you realize how big of a deal this is. So when it comes to Battlefield, Battlefield hasn't had full-fledged multiplayer bot support since Battlefield 2142. I think it's fair to say this is no coincidence. But think about that. Think about how crazy that is. Battlefield 2142 came out in 2006. The Battlefield series hasn't had full-fledged multiplayer bot support in 15 years. A decade and a half. That's fucking nuts. And when it comes to Halo, Halo has never had multiplayer bots. Halo Infinite will be the first instance of a Halo game having multiplayer bot support. The original Halo Combat Evolved came out in 2001. In the 20 years the Halo series has existed, with the exception of the Halo Wars real-time strategy games, the Halo series has never had multiplayer bots. So Battlefield getting bots back, and Halo getting bots for the very first time, this is huge for the implementation of bots in AAA multiplayer video games. Now, if you've been subscribed to me and watching my videos for years, you know what I'm talking about here, but for those of you who are new and don't understand where I'm coming from with this, I am one of the biggest, most passionate advocates for having bots in multiplayer games, because 1. Bots immortalize multiplayer games and game modes. Even when the player base dries up and there's little to no people playing the multiplayer, thanks to bots, you can still access that content. You can still play multiplayer content. You can still play all the modes on all the maps, with all the weapons, with all the characters, whatever. Multiplayer games cannot die if they have bots. Bots historically preserve multiplayer games. That is a fact. And 2. Multiplayer bots are a simply fantastic asset for new players and casual gamers alike. You, or someone you know, has had the experience of jumping into a new multiplayer game and losing to experienced players while just getting started and trying to learn how to play the actual game. With bots, you can have fun and learn how to play the game at your own pace, with none of the pressure of having to defeat or support other players. With bots, you can learn multiplayer map layouts without dying instantaneously as soon as you spawn in. You can try out all the different weapons and mechanics and abilities and equipment or playable characters. You can experiment, you can customize to your heart's content, you can learn the game without constantly being sabotaged by other human beings. Do not underestimate bots as a learning tool for new players and casual gamers. Bots make multiplayer games better. They make them more accessible for more people. So 2 of the biggest FPS PvP multiplayer video game franchises in the world, Battlefield and Halo, both of these game franchises almost infamous for not having bots, while their competitor, Call of Duty, has consistently had bots in all of their multiplayer components for the past decade. So these games, Battlefield 2042 and Halo Infinite, having multiplayer bots, it's a big deal. This is significant. Significant for both these game franchises moving forward, and significant for AAA multiplayer video games going forward. Right now, the implementation of bots in multiplayer video games as a whole is wholly inconsistent. It's an unfortunate rarity, which has led to the creation of several dead multiplayer video games, unplayable experiences because there's no players playing the game. Shame these games didn't have bots to fix that issue, eh? It's been so sad watching all these Battle Royale PvP multiplayer games release with no bot support, and watching them die slow, painful deaths, because they just don't have enough players to fill their lobbies and servers, so all the Battle Royale gamers go back to Fortnite, Call of Duty Warzone, and Apex Legends. Oh, the Battle Royale genre. Why do you doom yourself so? But I digress. Right now, the implementation of bots in multiplayer video games, AAA, AA, and indie, is all over the place. Bots are unfortunately not a standard when they really should be. So Battlefield 2042 and Halo Infinite sets an excellent example, an excellent precedent for future multiplayer releases. This also fixes some of the biggest issues that have plagued both Battlefield and Halo multiplayer for decades. Dead game modes and quitters. It's so disheartening not being able to play your favorite game modes in your favorite multiplayer games because no one else is playing them. With Battlefield, it's always boiled down to, everyone's just playing Conquest. Can't play anything else, guess I have to play Conquest because all the other game modes are empty. And with Halo, guess I have to play Slayer. Can't play anything else because everyone else is playing Slayer. Think of your favorite multiplayer game modes from Battlefield and Halo. Now, with Battlefield 2042 and Halo Infinite and their bot support, you will always be able to play your favorite game modes whenever you want. Isn't that fucking great? Oh, and when it comes to quitters, it's a special kind of infuriating when you lose a multiplayer match because a large portion of your team, if not your whole team, quit the game and left you alone against the enemy team. You Battlefield players, you Halo players, I know you've experienced this. I know this brings back bad memories. But guess what? With Battlefield 2042 and Halo Infinite, this will never happen because any players that quit will be replaced by a bot. So the experience of the multiplayer match will not be compromised. It makes me erect. Anyways, funny thing, personal thing I want to mention. I had no intention of buying or playing Battlefield 2042 when I heard it was a multiplayer-only game with no single-player campaign. I haven't been interested in the Battlefield series for some time now. I didn't play or have interest in Battlefield 4, Battlefield Hardline, Battlefield 1, Battlefield 5, and one of the major contributing factors of that is, of course, the lack of multiplayer bots. That and I'm still waiting for Battlefield Bad Company Free, god damn it! Where the fuck is Bad Company Free? Motherfuck! But now hearing the news that Battlefield 2042 is going to have bot support, full-fledged bot support, that you can play single player against the bots, co-op against the bots, that you can actually make progress and unlock stuff just playing against bots, well, I am now going to buy and play Battlefield 2042. That is how important bots are to me. That is how important bots as a selling point in multiplayer video games are. Me, a gamer who prefers single player and co-op video games, is going to buy and play your multiplayer PvP game because it has bots. Think about that. Consider that. Now with Halo Infinite, I originally planned to just buy and play the single player campaign, and that was it. I had no intention of playing the multiplayer, even though it was free to play. Because, sorry to say, but I don't like Halo's PvP multiplayer. I enjoy Halo's gameplay, but I do not like PvP in Halo. But because it's been announced that Halo Infinite will have bots in multiplayer, I am now going to consume the entire Halo Infinite package, single player and multiplayer. Thanks to the bots in Halo Infinite, I'm going to be able to learn all of these new maps, all these new mechanics at my own pace. I'll be able to train for actual PvP multiplayer. I will actually give Halo Infinite's PvP a chance because now I have a means of practicing and learning and getting better so that I'm not completely demoralized and underprepared when I encounter another player in multiplayer. Hell, I'll go as far to say that just because of the bots alone, Battlefield 2042 and Halo Infinite have become some of my most anticipated video games of 2021. Do not underestimate the power of bots. They're pro-consumer, they fix timeless issues with multiplayer games, they historically preserve multiplayer games, and most important of all, they're a ton of fun. I shouldn't have to mention these games as examples, but I will anyways. Unreal Tournament, Quake, Star Wars Battlefront 2, both of them? Hell, even video games that the internet isn't particularly fond of and declare to be dead, Evolve and For Honor, two of my favorite video games of all time, I can play them whenever I want, for as long as I want, because those games feature full bot support. All of the maps, all of the game modes, I can play whenever I want. Bots are sexy as hell. They make games sexier. It's scientifically proven that if your multiplayer game doesn't have bots, it drastically loses sex appeal. So video game developers, be sexy. Put bots in your multiplayer games. I'm just saying, if you want to be sexy, because Battlefield 2042, Halo Infinite, looking mighty sexy right now. Anyways, that's been a video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did indeed, please hit the like button, leave a comment, leave your thoughts, feelings, and opinions on bots and multiplayer video games down below. If you want to help out and support the video, then please share it on social media, Twitter, Reddit, and Facebook. And if you want to help out and support me directly, there are links to my Ko-fi and Patreon in the description down below. Anyways, that's been a video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all later.